Howdy, folks. Saturday, the 18th. About 5:20 in the morning. One of the first things I see here, day after day after day, U.S. officials believe Iran sanctions will fail, making military action likely. Well, folks, Iran meets all United Nations authorization for their nuclear program. Iran is signed up with the International Nuclear Treaty. Israel is not. All this hype is on Israel. Israel has, everybody knows that Israel has atomic warheads, but they are not signed up with the nuclear regulatory. All other countries are, but Israel ain't. Folks, we don't need this. You know what this is about? A lot of the stuff is about is well, about a lot of things. About the right to defend oneself. Every country has a right to defend itself unless the United States is invading it. Europeans landed in America 1476 or 1376 or something like that. And the Indians were defending themselves, and this was their homeland, and we ended up killing them all. Then, we move into modern times. We invaded Iraq on lies, false statements. And you know what? We have rewarded those who have lied to the world, who are war criminals. Colin Powell, Bush, Blair, Condoleezza Rice, and a bunch of other people have lied to the world, which has caused millions or hundreds of thousands of deaths, destruction, contamination. We are using weapons of mass destruction, and we reward these actions. Folks, I don't think it's right. And the United Nations is nothing but silent. The church is silent. So, all those people in Iraq want to, I don't know, defending themselves. They're blowing up their own people. I don't really understand that. But in a sense, they have a right to defend themselves from the invading Americans. I see. Is there anything wrong with that? Any country defending them, trying to defend themselves? And Afghanistan, Libya. I don't think it's alright for us to be attacking. You know what? Look at how Israel has treated the Palestinians or their Arab neighbors. The reason I don't want to use Palestinians, but I do, is that's not the right word. That's just a generic word that we have imposed. I read a couple things about people who are really into all this stuff. But Yeah, Israel cut off their only power plant in Gaza or the Sinai or uh, someplace over there. So they're living without water. They're living without food. They're living without gasoline, without electricity. Folks, this has been going on since the beginning. And so the Palestinians are a little upset about this. Well, I think they have a right to be upset. How come nobody else is upset? You know, the second in charge of China came over here last week and had a meeting with Bush or Obama. Do you really think that there's going to be? Do you really think they talked about Iran, about Pakistan, Afghanistan? I think they did. I think Chinese made it perfectly clear on their position on Iran. You know what, folks? Chinese aren't no bed of roses. They're torturing Falun Dafu practitioners, and the only thing they believe in is kindness, compassion, and tolerance. That is their only philosophy. And because the Chinese government don't like them, and you know what it is? I read that there were more people in the Chinese population that were practicing this philosophy than government and military employees. So they were worried that they were going to take over. Kindness, compassion, and tolerance was going to take over the evil minds of the government, and so they're torturing and preventing people from practicing kindness, goodness, and tolerance. Now look it up yourself, folks. It's on the internet. It's no rocket science stuff. And then the Dalai Lama is outlawed in China, or is, I don't know what. Folks, maybe China wants total destruction of their society too, and maybe they want this thing to happen, so everything on the face of the earth will come to an end. And who knows? Maybe Putin wants this too. I don't want it. You know, the script in the Bible, everybody's following the script, that it's got to come to an end. And folks, it don't have to be that way. Nothing has to be that way. You know, folks, I think most of these UFOs that are flying around that people see that governments deny are government human-made. I'm sure there's some real McCoys out there, but I think most of it is look, Germany had UFOs in the 30s. And there's recorded UFOs 12,000 years ago in India. And there's blueprints in India. I don't know, spinning mercury or something like that. Folks, we don't need oil. The government, the secret government, and all these governments have energy for their elite that don't run on oil. Or nuclear power. Folks, if there wasn't oil, what would we fight about? We'd fight about religion too. Right? So if there was not religion, and if it wasn't oil, we would fight because the rich would want to be richer and the poor would be sick of being poor. So we'd fight about that. You know, folks, that Atlantis idea, or used to be, I think they came to an end just like we are coming to an end. Corruption. I think a few survived and moved on, but that was about it. Same thing here. You know, we're not doing a good thing for mankind. We're not doing a good thing for the planet. We're polluting, destroying everything on the face of the earth. Folks, we can solve this stuff. We can, you know, sure, the population is getting maybe too much. We can do this. We don't have to kill everybody. We can solve our problems in a peaceful, humane, neighborly way. That's my position. You know, since the beginning of time, the Bible, everybody's fighting. It doesn't have to. And even if you go back to the Samaritans, everybody's fighting. You go back to the, you know, folks, there have been nuclear explosions since recorded history. Back in India, there were nuclear explosions in Africa, in the Middle East, and all over the place. You gotta search the internet, but you can. There's hotspots of radioactivity indicating explosions of some type. You know, Iraq. There's skeletons that were dug up that are radioactive. How can that be? I'm talking about like 4,000 years ago. That old of skeletons. How can that be? These governments have a billion ways to kill and destroy, but not a single way to create peace and harmony. Folks, we have to do this. We have to work on this. We must. So anyway, that's my little jawbone for right now. And I'm really sad about all this stuff. We do not need it. You know, code of conduct, the adequate ethics, moral fiber, right and wrong, has become so blurred. You know, all the Republican people, except for Ron Paul, want a continuation of the wars, want to bomb Iran. Bomb Iran for what? They have not done anything wrong. Iraq people did nothing wrong, and look what we did to them. You know, George Bush and Blair are convicted war criminals. Why do people constantly keep on praising these Bad people. Folks, better wake up. Later. Later.